on Saturday against Philadelphia, and it was a real game. Obviously, you had training games, been in training. What impressed you most about how you were able to secure that clean sheet on Saturday?
Yeah, I think just the commitment of the fight of the group. I think from minute one to extra time, I think everybody was focused on the task at hand, and 3 points was the mission, and by any means necessary. And I think you saw a group that was just hungry to get off to a good start.
What has it been like for you as kind of the last line of defense, literally, to work with this group?
Yeah, it's been good. I think being a new face of the group, in addition to a lot of the other new faces, I think just really trying our best to gel, get on the same page, and ultimately form good relationships across the field. And then ultimately, I think it's just putting our best foot forward every single time we step on the pitch, whether it's a training pitch, whether it's a task, wherever it may be, specifically on at Audi Field as well. I think we're always trying to do the best we can as a group to make sure that we're improving.
As Renee stressed, defending is all 11 players. But how important, from your viewpoint, the partnership of Cervani and Peltola in the success defensively?
Yeah, I think they play a big role. Obviously, they're the connecting pieces from the back of the group to the front of the group. And ultimately, I think everybody's commitment to both sides of the ball. When we're defending, when we're attacking, there's no different mentality in terms of our desire to do things together. And I think ultimately that showed in the match. But we're that's one step in the journey, and I think we're focused on the next task.
Thank you, Dave. We can go to Bruce now.
John, welcome to Washington.
Thank you.
And can you talk to our Dave and I with DC Radio, just talk to our fans a little bit about the importance of positioning and communication.
Yeah.
And that especially as games wind down and you're in the MLS, it's not about spectacular saves as much as all that other stuff. Can you kind of break that down for us a little bit?
Yeah, I think there's a lot that goes into a performance. Obviously from the outside looking in, it's easy. Maybe in a game, maybe not the Philly game, but any game across the season where it looks like things may be, may have been an easier night or a less busy night. I think being able to achieve getting a result in the way that we want and control things and be proactive about really making sure that guys are in the right position. I'm also doing the same to help the back group. Cutting out fires before they start, I think, is a big way to achieve success as a group defensively. And we take as much pride in not having a lot of action as being properly positioned, being there for one another, and then ultimately doing things as a group, like I said before. But yeah, the proactive nature of how you defend, I think, sets you up for a good foundation for any team for success.
Great. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And you've had so many experiences, wonderful experiences in your career. Maybe you've already addressed this, but just for our broadcast, what attracted you about being a part of the DC United experience?
Yeah, I think from the first time that I spoke to Urkut and I spoke to Renee, I think understanding what we wanted to build here and being a part of that. I think coming into a group of players, some of the additions they made as well. I think just having the experience and being able to deliver that together to bring success to a club that's had a lot of success in the past. I think being able to start that journey. In my career, something that really stuck out to me, and something that I take really seriously is being a competitor, winning, and ultimately at the end of it, trying to win a championship. And however we do that, I think this group is going to write its own story. It started with the first game against Philly, and I think just being hungry every single time we step on the pitch for more, I think is a place where I'm living now.
Well,
thank you guys. Now we can move on to Zoom.
Cool.
Thanks, Sean. We'll start with Donald.
Thank you. Hey, Sean. First off, Donald Line, the District Press. Welcome to the district. And I wanted to ask, you've made moves before within this league. What about this move maybe was different this time around, and what maybe did you have to feel like you had to adapt to with some of the knowing some of how the stops win in your career?
Yeah, I think ultimately it's about adaptation. It's about a journey. I think everywhere you go, there's a different way that things are done. I think ultimately, just being able to be here, my experiences have been great. I cherish every moment that I've had across my career, and this is just another one that I'm excited to embark upon. And ultimately, my mentality and goal has been the same wherever I've been, to give everything and ultimately improve myself first and foremost, and then we have a big objective to be successful as a group, but we know that it takes one day at a time. And for me, I've been here for just over a month, and just trying my best to continue to gain the respect of this group, gain the respect of the fans, and after that, I think giving 100%. I think the rest you can be satisfactory with.
Looking ahead this weekend to Austin, I know in this league of parity, you see a lot of changes between teams, so it's hard to take what they did last year and apply it to what you may see on Sunday. But looking at their offense, what are you most prepared for, I should say, when you approach this road trip?
Yeah, I think obviously Austin's a very talented team. They've got a good group of talented players, but I think our focus has really been on ourselves and making sure that if we can take care of the things that we need to take care of, ultimately we give ourselves a chance against any group. There's a level of respect there, but I think you're looking at a group now that's starting to develop an identity and a way that we do things, and that doesn't change from opponent to opponent. So it's a good test for us to see if we can hit the reset button, and then ultimately do just a little bit more than we did last game. It's going to be tough. It's away games are always tough in this league to get results. So I think it's just really trying to build on what we had the first game, and keep things moving in the right direction.
Great, thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Don. Next we'll go with Dennis.
Thank you, Sean, for your time. I just want to ask, previously DC United has had a few issues closing out games, but you guys did a great job on last Saturday. What was Weiler's message to you guys at halftime, and also as a leader, what do you tell the whole team?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was just a level of focus across 90 minutes. I mean, the first half was a good half from us. I think the message is basically, it was a good half, but can we go out and increase the intensity, increase the tempo, and be just a little bit better than we were in the first half. And I think the group did exactly that. We gave all we had and came out with a result. But again, like I said, that's rear view now for us. And if we're going to be a good team, we have to be able to do that home and away. So I think it's a good test for us at a good time.
Thank you.
Next we'll go with Vikas.
Hey, Sean, thanks for your time. I wanted to ask about DC United just officially signed Grant Lavelle, Academy goalkeeper. I know he was with you guys in preseason. I'm wondering, at this point in your career, having accomplished so much, going to a World Cup and winning MLS Cup and, everything you've done, what does it bring up for you to see, kind of a young guy get his first professional contract and come into the team? And if you could just reflect on sort of, what that kind of brings up and what you think about, this year for you as far as, maybe being somewhat of a role model or mentor for him, what that experience is like.
Yeah, it's a really cool position to be in, with the experiences I've had to understand what it's like to enter a professional environment, to understand what it takes, and it's not an easy journey by any means. And I think having guys around, we have a pretty experienced goalkeeper group, and I've had the privilege to play with some of these guys before, and I think it's just about being able to relate, give some experiences, share some experiences, ultimately some things you have to experience, which is a part of it. But Grant's a great kid, great goalkeeper. Reminds me a lot of myself at a younger age, So yeah, I think the sky's the limit. You know, ultimately, you know, it's what you put into it, but it's being able to you know, help shape the journey to make sure that, you know, some of the things that I went through, or, you know, Bono went through, or Jordy went through, that Grant doesn't have to do the same things, but he's got like a little bit of a guide to his path, but his journey's his journey, and I think he's in a good place, yeah, it's a great start for him. I'm happy to have him in the group, and it's good to be a mentor and a teammate. But he's a competitor, so he's going to learn, he's going to grow, but you know, ultimately, I think the rest is up to him and how he approaches it. But yeah, I'm excited for him, and he's got a lot of potential.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. That's it from us. Yeah, thank you.
Sweet guys, thanks.
Great stuff.
Yep.